An accessory that transforms a single shot into a non-lethal one is the alternative. The concept is straightforward yet ingenious. The bullet slows down by 80% when it strikes a metal ball after firing. Instead of producing a penetrating wound, this produces a shot that feels like a hammer blow. Though it is a disposable device, the alternative offers law enforcement authorities a different way to disarm criminals without killing them. It is compatible with 9mm and 40 caliber weapons and is advised for usage at ranges between 5 and 9 meters. Imagine a scene from an action movie or racing game. The police are putting up a spike strip for speeding laws. Breakers are becoming more and more impressive every year. Now let's talk about one of the most advanced models, Nighthawk. These are the first spike traps in the world that can be set up and taken down remotely, whereas other devices must be activated by hand. Nighthawk users can hide up to 30 meters away, and when the time is right, they simply press the button and in less than 2 seconds a 4.6 meter wide strip appears on the road. The device is composed of 10 easily replaceable gas cartridges, and the strip is deployed using a replaceable gas cartridge. Imagine a police cruiser striking the back end of another vehicle, spinning it around. Are you aware of its name? The pit maneuver? In movies, it looks really nice. Also in real life, particularly when traveling at high speeds. In fact, police officers in Arkansas were formerly required to do a pit maneuver when traveling at speeds of up to 175 kilometers per hour. Even while some studies have shown that this type of maneuver can be quite risky for automobiles with stability, that it is the purpose of all that training. Systems of control. The pit maneuver is still a typical police tactic even at moderate speeds. Assuming that the criminal is still energized following the pursuit, he leaps off the vehicle and runs away. How can he be apprehended safely and securely without endangering onlookers? RAP technologies can help with that. For this very circumstance, they have developed a device known as Violators, a 2.2 meter long tether that can extend up to 7.6 meters is thrown out by the Violators 150 model, making it impossible for the victim to break free whether the tether strikes their arms or legs. The Violators can be reloaded in less than 10 seconds if there are several offenders, and it features a laser designator to make aiming simple once they are tied up. The police have another tool in their arsenal, the Guardian HX. This new medic system shoots out GPS beacons, which can be useful in both high-speed chases and more low-key situations. For example, a police officer could use the Guardian HX to secretly mark a suspicious car as it passes through a checkpoint. The target range of 80 meters gives them plenty of wiggle room, like the bowler wrap. The Guardian HX has a laser designator to help with aiming. The system is powered by electricity and can work a full day on a single charge when not in use. The Guardian HX can be discreetly stored in its carrying case that looks like a regular suitcase, and for particularly tough jobs, the system's creators offer a version that can be installed on patrol cars. Looking for a device that can raise an alarm and break up a throng of boisterous protesters? The sound cannons from American Technology Corporation are the appropriate option. In addition to the police, the military also uses these bad boys. The LRAD 2 lakh RX model, for instance, emits noise at a decibel level of 160. When used as a signal, the sound may be heard up to 9 kilometers distant and is as loud as a gunshot fired directly next to your ear. It can be aimed in a full 360-degree range. These sound cannons have been sold in 70 different nations, which is not surprising. American Technology Corporation also provides training to customers who are unfamiliar with this type of equipment. Axon's most recent invention, the Taser 10, was presented last year. This stun gun instantaneously causes a person to lose control of their muscles and fall to the ground when it is discharged. Instead of a warning shot, the Taser 10 carries 10 charges that travel at 62.5 meters per second and are effective at a range of 14 meters. This is different from other stun guns. To confuse their target, officers can use a loud noise and a bright flash. Additionally, Axon has created a number of helpful applications that complement the Taser 10. While Axon Evidence creates evidence that could be useful for reports, Axon VR assists police officers in practicing their aim in virtual reality. One night while watching a police chase TV show, Leonard noted that all of the chases ended successfully. He was unable to stop as he headed to bed. He woke up thinking about what he had seen in the middle of the night and came up with the following idea: the grappler. This car-stopping mechanism may not be as ostentatious as some high-tech solutions, but its efficacy cannot be disputed. The pursuit is ended when the police car hits the wheel of the car being pursued with a nylon net that has been placed in the front of the vehicle. More than 600 crooks have already been apprehended using the grappler device, which resembles a strengthened bumper and doesn't obstruct driving. Airports, train stations, military installations, and music festivals. There are countless applications for MVB3X protective barriers. This product's weight and effectiveness combo is not only outstanding but simply astonishing. The barrier, which weighs only 24 kilograms and requires no tools to erect, can stop anything from motorcycles to 7.5-ton trucks moving at 48 kilometers per hour. The designers of MVB3X are certain that no other kind of barrier has the same stopping distance to barrier weight ratio. Plus, MVB3X satisfies ISO and ASTM global requirements. The barnacle is the ultimate solution for dealing with drivers who can't park properly. It unfolds into two halves and attaches to the windshield with a vacuum. Electric suction cups that have a breakaway force of 454 kilograms. Even the strongest people won't be able to remove it by force. And if someone tries, a siren will go off if the driver leaves without removing the barnacle. It can be tracked down using its GPS beacon. The only way to get rid of it is to pay the fine and get a code that allows you to remove it. But that's not all. You will then have to take the barnacle to a special collection point. If you don't, the police will issue another fine after going through all of that. You will think twice before parking illegally again. The enemy possesses a vast array of weapons such as UAVs and boats. Once the police bring in the RF to halt this, they will have no chance. Drones within 400 meters and automobiles within 50 meters can both be rendered inoperable by electromagnetic jammers. Although the RF sail stop weighs 350 kilograms and has a 12-minute battery life, it has the advantage of being noiseless and capable of shutting off any automobile, motorcycle or boat's engine. It will only take 3 seconds for the criminals to realize what is happening and be apprehended. Spiked crime fighting systems, despite their criticism, are prized to demonstrate their value. Consider the numerous films and news reports in which police officers stop a single vehicle using motorbikes, dozens of cars, and even aircraft. Now consider the mobile spike system, which allows a single patrol car to perform the functions of a whole fleet. An officer only needs to approach the speeding vehicle and fire a spike trip. The chase will cease when the tires are flat. The police car's age is irrelevant because the mobile spike, which is installed on the bumper, can be employed at speeds of up to 161 kilometers per hour in less than a minute. Pirates began to cause havoc in the San Francisco Bay Area last year. They were robbing houseboats and yachts with stolen and abandoned boats. Police in the area are attempting to stop them, but they're understaffed because of a shortage of experts. It's a nightmare. I wonder whether anyone has been arrested at vessel. Systems are aware of this and erect obstacles that could make things better. Because of their exceptional quality, the UK Department for Transport has approved these barriers, which are positioned in high crime regions of the ocean and have the ability to hook and block the propellers of passing pirate ships. Many vehicle stopping devices rely on tire punctures, but kinetic experts believe this approach is dangerous and ineffective. For this reason, XNet was developed for the British Army and it is currently utilized by security services and law enforcement organizations worldwide. It is a net composed of dynamic fiber that prevents wheels from turning. Even cars weighing up to 10 tons stop when they touch XNet because this material is 15 times tougher than steel and resistant to chemicals. The device also reduces the stopping force, which makes the occupants of the car safer. Why go through the hassle of chasing someone when you can prevent it in the first place? That's where a crook hook comes in when a police car stops a suspicious vehicle. It pulls up close and activates its crooked hook horns. These horns grab onto the back of the vehicle, turning the police car into an anchor. No matter how hard the driver hits the gas, they won't be able to move. All they will do is damage their tires, and since the crook hook doesn't lift the back of the car, there is no risk of damaging the fuel tank or underbody. This makes it the best option when dealing with a stolen car. The owners will be relieved to get their vehicle back in one piece. We have held HDI Raptor blockers in one corner of the ring and a 7 and 1 over 2 ton truck in the other. After a collision, it is obvious who will win. After the illegal vehicle is stopped, the truck will probably wind up in the scrap yard, but the parts will still be functional. In about 6 seconds, the blockers will descend, allowing ambulances, police cars, and fire engines to pass through the held HDI Raptor rises. This will give bicycles and pedestrians plenty of room between the bollards. Another benefit is that they minimize road work because they only need 50 cm of depth to be installed. Unlike their metal counterparts, these disposable handcuffs are called Cobra cuffs, which may sound like the title of a Limp Bizkit album. Even though they don't look very remarkable and resemble plastic ties, they can contain even the most violent offenders because they weigh 192 kilograms. In addition to preventing over-tightening, the design makes it impossible to peel the handcuffs off with a blunt tool. Cobra cuffs are also appropriate for year-round use because they can tolerate temperatures as low as minus 29 degrees Celsius and as high as 49 degrees Celsius. Additionally, there is a unique reusable version of training. The Air 107U Model 350 is a combination of baton and taser. Stun or flashbang cartridges can be used to restrain thieves from a distance, while a sturdy fiberglass stripe weighing roughly 600 grams can be used up close. The hybrid's voltage is 1,20,000 watts and its range is 4 whole 1 over 2 meters. It has an alert volume of 135 dB, which is loud enough to confuse someone. To pass it off as an umbrella, the manufacturers came up with a smart cover design. The gadget, which is already in use by the Russian Ministry of Internal Affairs, blends in nicely with today's video overall. Of course, a couple of collision tests are the greatest method to show how effective barriers are against various vehicle types, and Hedgehog International did just that. They put their barriers to the test on vehicles and even a tank. The company's unique reinforced concrete Hedgehog barrier prevented the tank from passing through, as if such a high degree of protection weren't required. More traditional barriers are also provided by Hedgehog International. Even though it only weighs 40 kilograms, the smallest one is capable of stopping a small truck. Since the reinforced concrete anti-tank barrier is composed of two 189 kilograms pieces, moving it is undoubtedly difficult. Broad 360 is well known for its distinctive products made for law enforcement and military applications such as search systems and specialized dog cameras. They have a large selection of goods. Their imaginative approach also extends to traditional police gear such as shields, which they transformed into a potent strobe light with 14,000 lumens by adding the EDI module. In addition of rendering invaders blind, this permits light signal exchanges throughout the day at a distance of 10 meters. Naturally, the shield continues to offer defense against a variety of threats including Molotov cocktails and stones.